Hey, back with you all in the day of the life of yours truly, Jesse T here. On my way into Barnes & Noble. Going to check out, see what's cooking on the book front and see what's happening new here. And I just was reading an article about now there's 5,000 immigrants that have joined the great caravan from Honduras and Guatemala across Mexico, and Mexico is doing everything they can to stop them. So is Honduras and Guatemala. But now there's 5,000. It's risen to 5. It was started at 4, it dropped to 2, and now it's back to 5. As far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait till President Trump moves the United States Army and military down to the border and stops these enemies of our country who want to come here illegally, and they want to break our laws and attack us, because that's essentially what they're doing. It's like an army of people that are moving towards America, and I have absolutely no compassion or empathy for them at all, none whatsoever. You cannot come into this sovereign nation illegally, and you cannot attack our citizens and our border. Attacking our border is like attacking our country and all that we stand for. A country without borders has no sovereignty, and then you have mayhem, anarchy, and chaos, and you lose your culture. We're already losing the American culture in my lifetime as far as I'm concerned. There are so many things that are not American anymore, in which the way that I grew up to be an American, and everybody I knew around me, young and old, grew up to be an American. And as the baby boom generation gets older and dies off, those pieces of wisdom and those thought processes, especially on the coasts, perhaps not so much in the middle of the country that's still trying to hang in there, have all been erased, deleted, and completely forgotten. And as the next generation teaches the next generation, and the next generation teaches the next generation, and the next generation of Americans teach the next generation, the America 50 to 100 years from now will be nothing like you know it today, and certainly nothing like I knew it growing up and how I try to live my life. And it's getting more and more intrinsically difficult, because honor and ethic and morality and none of that is of any importance anymore, and it doesn't work anymore. There is so much greed and absolute selfishness and self-centeredness. Nobody really cares about anybody else unless it betters themselves to care about them. The acts of kindness and humanity have all but left us, and will continue to leave us, especially as AI moves into robotic and automatic automation. As AI moves into robotics, and that marriage happens, and we humans are doing less and less thinking for ourselves, less and less in terms of solving problems and using our brains in a cognitive manner and thinking out of the box, we humans are going to be less human and more autonomous to slavery. This is just another action of slavery. Artificial intelligence, marrying it with robotics and an automation. It's the way it is. It's not going to be changed, but if you're not aware of it, it's going to happen to you and you don't even know. There's a great movie that was made by one of the greatest actors of all time, Charlton Heston. It was called Soylent Green. And at the end of the movie, they had a big problem with food and water rationing, and they used to eat this green sludge substance, and at the end, Charlton Heston found out that that was decomposed and processed human bodies. As the human bodies would die, it was the greatest way of processing food and making these cubes of human green sludge. Nobody knew about it because it had been generations that they'd been doing this, and nobody knew. And at the end, Charlton Heston found out, and he ran out of his house or townhouse or flat, yelling at everybody, "Don't eat, stop it, stop it. It's humans. My God, it's humans." Well, that's because people were very you use the word, the best word that I can say without saying a bad word is that they were just brainwashed, I guess. They didn't know anything. They were just dumbed down and stupefied to the point that they didn't know anything. It's a great movie. You got to see it. And it's pretty phenomenal. But nevertheless, so if they move to cross our border and Donald Trump, our president, wants to put the military down there, I think he should. And he should give them orders to shoot. I have no problem with that. Of course, that'll drive the global elitist, social commie, global lustful powers of the planet that really are trying to destroy this country and have done a good job at it in my lifetime, and destroy the middle class of America, which have done a good job of it in my lifetime. And our President Trump is trying to get it back, and he's doing everything he can. And he's doing a great job. But I mean, there's so many winning things that have happened since he's been in the office. And one of the most important things is protecting our nation, the United States of America, so that we have an ability to be still America, like Reagan said, the shining city on the hilltop. Otherwise, we're going to be the lowest piece of human dung and excrement in the sewer, just like the rest of the world is. It's pretty amazing that Americans don't realize that we're being forced and pushed into a third world country and mentality of stupidity and just begging for food and water and medicine. So, you know, if Donald Trump and our president wants to put the military down there, give them orders to shoot if they're shot on, if they're attacked, if they cross our border, then right on, so be it. That's the way it is. Don't come across our border. You're not wanted here. We don't need you, we don't like you, and we don't have to have you. Now, you want to come to this country, come legally. Then we need you, then we want you, then we like you, and we have to have you. It's that simple. That's my opinion. Hey, what can I tell you? It's me, Jesse T. Now you're straight on the point. See ya.